Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Mr.Gill Plays Minecraft here on my server. Bambity bam bam bam. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been busy since the last episode. We were doing something here. We did it. We were building this, or we finished building this. I redid the roof. I also redid the farm in here. This is like the honey. This is like the honeycomb. This one works fine. This doesn't work at all. But it just catches all the glass bottles, and the only way to stop it is to add a filter at a certain point up there on that hopper, but that's going to interrupt with the other hoppers that are running the farm, so I don't really care. We've got enough. Oh, okay, we've got just about enough honey that we don't really need it. We also brought the sugar cane that we've got being done up here, down there, which is nice. But I took the top off this. We're going to rebuild that because I didn't like it. What else did we do? Oh my god, we did a lot of stuff. Yeah, because we were working on, I think the last episode we were working on this area over there, which we're still working on, and I've got to finish the roof on that. This bit over here we were doing, this still has to be done. I got bored and started doing other stuff, and we can see a little bit of other stuff right about now. Bam! And nice. So basically, we just did a lot of kind of ticking things off the boxes. Converted that there into bone meal. So this is there's pumpkins and watermelons and cactus in there. Now that comes into bone meal. Comes over here, shoots up here, and now we have too tall for any of these things because I needed some of these colors. So that is now set up. We're going to build a building around here. That's fine. And then of course we did all that. Working on the main base area, which I quite like, but enormous amounts of work still to do. But as you can see, coming out of our kind of starter house, we then have this series of color-coded lines, and they're going to go for different things. Blue is wrong. That should be pink. Pink is going to be for storages. Yeah, so if it goes pink, it goes to storage. Red is for this thingy-majig down here, which is a cactus farm. Cactus farm is producing for our smeltery, so that's a cactus farm, and on top of that is a creeper farm. Creeper farm is orange. Actually, we need pink coming this way as well, because there's a storage unit over here. Basically, everything's being produced in a farm, then it's going to its own dedicated storage unit, and then it might be moved on to somewhere where I need to use it. So we have the creeper farm up there. That comes over and is stored in here. This needs to change to pink color. Why is there skeletons in there? I have no idea how skeletons got in there. It is because I didn't put any of the bloody trapdoors, did I? Okay, so it's now a skeleton farm as well. Fantastic. I'll have to fix that. So actually, that should be pink because it's storage for the orange. This is the blue one here is the storage for the cactus farm. That should be pink as well. The green one over here is a bamboo farm. That pink one over there is its storage. The storage for the cactus and the bamboo coming over here in terms of pipes to yellow. Yellow is the smeltery. The smeltery is completely screwed up. Look at it here. Lovely. Look at it down there. All chests are lovely. Basically, I wanted these kind of pipes coming in, and then you have kind of coming in this side bamboo, coming in this side cactus. Of course, this doesn't work because hopper speed is so slow. So effectively, you can turn it on and it pretty much runs itself out within about an hour, even though there is enough stuff. It just doesn't get around fast enough. So all of that needs to be ripped off. All of these hoppers need to be taken out and replaced with ice streams. And what I think I might do is that we replace only one side. So we've got cactus coming in here. We've got bamboo, which actually the line for that goes underneath, comes up here, and just goes on one side, so it's completely always full. And that will be our smeltery XP system there. And then on the other side here, we'll just have manual. If we want to make a whole load of glass or something like that, we can use these. But these have quite a bit. You know, they've run on and off for a little while, and they have quite a little bit of XP in them. That fixed all that up pretty well. That fixed everything up, I think. Excellent. And now that thing has gone all the way down there, hasn't it? Oh, crap. Down here somewhere. This one? This one? This one? Where is it? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Why is there bamboo in there? That's not right. Somewhere there is a furnace. Damn it. I will have to fix that later. So these things all work fine, but they need to be fixed up. They're not as good as they could be. We also found this thing over here, right here, which is a double spider spawner, cave spider spawner. So we already had a single cave spider spawner, which was pretty good for our XP needs. This one being so close to where we're going to build the smeltery, or we have built the smeltery, I thought it would be good to have another form of XP, so you can stand kind of anywhere here, and you're going to get XP and all the spiders from that, which is super, super cool, and I kind of like that, and nice that it's right close to our actual XP. So if we ever need a ton of XP, once this is fixed, it'll produce enormous amounts of XP, as will this. So we would just have this kind of little area on this side where we got a lot of XP going on, which is cool, all that jazz. But we've still got lots of work to do here, but I like this system. We've got a ton more farms we want to build. We want to go a little bit further over that way. But this isn't even the main base. We haven't even started that yet, so don't, this is just like the bits and pieces of the base that form around the main base, which is probably on the top of that hill all the way over there, is what we're thinking. But that's a long way to go. We've got stuff to do. We also did a few other things like these. Yes, we built a massive gold farm, which produces enormous amounts of gold. Basically, I come just AFK here for an hour. What is all this? Holy moly, pig in a poker. That must be Ryan coming in and making modifications, because this was getting severely backed up. I thought we were going to add item filters, but this is probably fine. Yeah, the reason we didn't want to add item... What was that? Those are trees. I think we wanted to add item filters because of some reason, and I can't remember rightly, but this is fine. So we produce enormous amounts of gold here. We should have heaps and tons of... Actually, I want 2 of these, 3 of these, like that. Heaps and tons of ingots, heaps and tons of rotten flesh, and the plan, I guess, is to get some clerics up here. I brought a stray up here so that we can convert them and to possibly sell all the rotten flesh. I mean, it's not necessarily worth it. It takes a long time, but it's a future plan. You can just sit there forever. What's your name? Bastardo. Hello, Bastardo. We also did a bit of this. I believe it should be coming into view about now. There we go. We have a fantastic Ocean Monument Guardian farm, which works brilliantly if we're AFK'd up there. Produces a ton of resources. Especially for Ryan, who wanted the whole lot of the Dark Prison Marines, so that we got that going. Oh, there's a lot of creepers around. This place should be pretty lit up over this side. I think this is pretty good to spawn proof nearly all the area on my side. I mean, we don't really have separate areas, but I say all the areas that I've been working on, so kind of this bit all the way back over to my spaces, that should all be pretty well lit up. There's a lot of underground lighting like that going on, slabs and blocks and things like that. So that we should be safe enough here. Then once we got all of that gold, obviously we made a bartering farm. So let's go check that out. It should be up here somewhere. I also killed a ton of blazes. I haven't built a blaze farm yet, but I just went and just spent like 2 hours. So we've got stacks Well, we had a stack and a half of ender chests, so that's helpful. Very, very helpful indeed. Though we're still very short on shulker boxes. I have not gone back to the end yet, so I've only got like 5. So here we have all of the Guardian stuff coming into this thing here. The annoying thing is because being on a server, effectively the nether doesn't get loaded or something. You know, it's not really... You kind of have to have someone here while you're doing it, or you can do it for like an hour and then run over here and then move everything, but it gets backed up pretty quick. Again, we could improve it massively. Not super important. We kind of have enough of the resources that we want coming out of this, so we're not super inclined to update it yet, but that could be a future project for sure. But then I built one of these bartering farms because I had all this gold. The reason I did all this is because I wanted the gravel in order to make the concrete to build those the structures we saw, the color-coded things we saw before. It was all concrete, so we built this thing, which I've never built one of these before, and these are massively overpowered. This is ridiculous. It should hopefully be running out now. I think I've only filled this twice. I think Ryan's filled it once. So maybe 3 times we've filled this thing. And there's 2 guys in there. What are their names? Do they have names? Oh, I stole their gold. They do have names. I can't remember their names though. And then you kind of hang out here for like, I don't know, half an hour. And all of these chests fill up immediately. But we got all the gravel we've ever needed. Got all soulstone. We've got books and leather. Now we're fine. Quartz. Ryan's been using that load of that. Soul speed we don't really use. Ender pearl string we didn't really need. Iron we didn't really need, but we're getting the arrows. I'm liking the arrows, so that's cool. So that thing works fancy, and it's super useful for the gravel. But it is. I mean, I should have built it 10 times bigger. In terms of storaging, put a bit of item filter in it. As I said, I've never set one of those up before, so I did not really know how it goes. That means we can now use the Soul Speed 3 enchantment. So I started laying out some roads up here with the Soul Speed stuff, so we can shoot all over the place. And I built a road to Mesa, built a road to Ice Spikes, so we can get some of that. This goes to the fortress where I've been killing some dudes. Yeah, I mean, but now we've got this, I can start to think about how the pathways up here are going to look, and kind of like a nether hub, so to speak. We need to work out how we get around in the nether, because this is very temporary and I don't like it at all. I think that's all we did. I think I did all of this. I put this here. That is a creeper. There's probably creepers all behind me. How did you spawn over on my side? Because you should not be able to. You definitely should not be able to spawn over here. I guess anywhere from about here is spawning. So then we also built this, which is like the entrance to the mine, which I thought was kind of nice, kind of cool. I like that. I was just building this, which was just a place to put my bed, because basically I've been sleeping here while working on this, and I was like, this is stupid. I want a place to put my bed. So I just started this little building now, and then I thought, oh my god. Just die. Thank you. Then I thought, it'd be a cool place to put all of the actual things that you use, just in case you ever need them. It's kind of like annoying, because I've got my stone cutter back at that place. And I mean, I know they're cheap. I could put them everywhere, but it's kind of like, I know there's one here, kind of in the central area type of thing. So we have to put a roof on that baby. We have to put a roof on that baby. Yeah. Have to finish building that baby. This is going to go a lot higher. I like this roof that I did up here though. So I watched about 10 videos on roof tutorials. And I like this one. I've added a couple of details on the top to make it spawn proof and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, it kind of curves over, looks a bit barn stylish, which is what I wanted originally for this. This thing here, this tower where we have a little sugarcane farm, which at the moment produces enough sugarcane. I don't really need a big one. We will build a bigger one over there. But this thing needs to probably come up about 40 blocks. I think it needs, the scale of it was wrong when I built it before, so it needs to come up about 40 blocks and then have a roof on top of it. Or maybe 40 blocks including a roof. So this is something to do, and I kind of want to follow this copper line up I think that kind of looks good the way it goes up, and we have to look at whether or not we wax some of this, because I quite like how that looks compared to these two. So I don't know if I want it to go full green, but we'll see. But yeah, I like this. Added a bit of dark oak for kind of looks like weathered, and variated the deep slate a tiny bit. So you've got just when you look at it from afar, there's just that kind of difference in color. This is the roof, of course, on top of just some of this stuff that had to come out to this side. But I think it makes the building look a little bit more interesting, I guess. So it is a little bit flat. We'll work out some more details to put around here. I mean, it'll probably be more foliage. I like the foliage. I mean, this is still my favorite bit, just walking through here. I like how this looks. I like how it blocks off. And I think I've said this before in videos, is that, you know, Minecraft is huge. We could build forever and ever and ever if we wanted, but you just you run out of time and you don't have the blocks for it. So I've always, when I build, I've always tried to create lines of sight and corners. I mean, I love the fact that just through here you can peek through and you can just see that house over there, which I believe, I believe is Steve's house. I like that kind of view, and then you've got a completely different view from if you're on this side. You know how that looks. You can't see through to that other big massive building we've got over there. We can't see over to the farms over that side, but then you can see this area. Oh, and I've been experimenting with this kind of. I wanted to have it like this tree was overgrown and vinish. I think what I need to do is variate the leaves, so maybe jungle leaves within there, and then some of these purple acacia leaves within there, and then I think some moss blocks as well, and that should blend in a little bit better. There is that road over there, so this is a tunnel coming from Ryan's side of the stuff, and that's coming through, and I think it should end over there, so we need to work out how that joins up with our thing over there, considering we're using white concrete, and this is stone brick. We'll have to have some sort of transition going on. That said, Ryan's been building quite a lot of stuff. Ow! This massive tower, which works as a kind of semi-creeper farm, but I think it's more about the tower than it is the creeper farm. This is base, and then this, I don't know what this was, but he's building it. I think he had to pause because he ran out of Dark Prison Marine, and then this, which I believe is going to be a series of buildings all connected. I like it. It's very cool. I think it's going to be mirrored on either side. So you've got one, and then I think behind as well. And then the center is going to be something, but I think this is a creeper farm, or something like that. Ow! Wow! Look at all those hoppers. What is it going to do? I believe this might be some sort of creeper farm. I really like the design. I think it looks cool. I just dropped him off a load of ender chests, which is the nicest way to drop them off. Pick them all up. Oh, right, yeah, okay, so this is actually the creeper farm, and this is where, okay, where did they go to? These chests. Oh, hello. All right. Oh, fantastic, and I don't believe it's finished either, or even close to finished yet, so brilliant. That means that my creeper farm that I spent hours building is useless now. That's fine, absolutely fine. As I was saying, kind of sight lines. I like the way now, if we're in Ryan's place, we don't really see, because our building styles are quite different this time around. I mean, he's going quite modern-y, I don't know, he's grand in terms of scale. I'm going a little bit smaller kind of thing. I like the fact, and I purposely built this kind of break here, and then, you know, you've got the kind of break there so you don't see the farms, and I think we continue this kind of foresty bit around the edges of all that, and that kind of will border my place. But then I was thinking about taking, you know, this road ends here. I was wondering whether or not it's kind of cool we could maybe start to extend the road but ruin, oh bloody hell, hello, ruin the road a little bit and curve it up here until it kind of peters out into a path that joins up here-ish. So kind of like curve around here like that, and then we extend this forest down and into all of this area, maybe put a little woodcutter's hut in the middle of it, and then that kind of finishes off the kind of transition between the two areas. Because even though it is like a forest in between them, a hilly forest, yeah, I think it transitions quite well. It doesn't look out of place compared to those. He's got greenery there and kind of green across. Maybe I'd love to put a box around the iron farm, but I don't know about it. That's his farm. I'll let him decide what he wants to do with that. Right, over here, let's bed, sleep. Fantastic. So, lots of things. What are we going to do? Okay, I think that looks alright. Checking out the views from around. How does it look from this side? Yeah, I mean, probably needs more detail. I say that about everything. But yeah, okay, little kind of window box there. Yeah. For now, it's good. For something that I just started because I wanted to place with my bed, that will be fine for now. And that's taken me ages. As I said, I'm not very good at roofs, so I did that 3 times. I might need another window box on this side to make it less flat, because that looks a little bit lacking in depth. Right, God, we have done nothing. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff off camera, but I've not done much on camera. We have got a lot done though. We probably should finish because we're probably really long in the video. I'm liking how this looks now. We kind of come around. Yeah, that looks cool. I like how this is tucked in here. This is annoying. It's a little bit too open. So I think we need to put something here-ish that covers that view. I mean, that's nice. The blue is good. I'd rather not see it, to be honest. I like this one. That's well framed. See this coming down here, and then the tree. That's a well framed view. This view doesn't work as well because you've already got the bamboo there. Your eye is drawn towards that road, and then this building. So this needs to be blocked a little bit. Maybe something here actually would stop drawing the eye that way. This is good. This walk up here is good. We've got this block, so we're not looking. So it's almost like if you come up this way, this building is almost hidden, which is kind of what I like. And then you kind of come, you're like, oh, this is the back entrance kind of building. Something needs to come here, I think. That looks a bit patchy. And then that's nice. You come through. You've got this weird building with vines. Oh, that's, how did I get in there? I don't know, but I like it. Yeah, okay, cool. And then you come out, and it's like you're in a completely different space. It looks very similar, but there's you can't see any of those buildings behind us. We can't see that square or this town centre there. And even when we come around here, it's not very focal point drawing until we come around. There'll be a big fountain or something there. So that's good. And then this side of the building looks nice like that. And then we start to see this stuff. So this is where the transitions become really important about how we take this into that. Now, as I said earlier, on that side, we're gonna cover it up. So there's not really going to be a way to see or gain access to this side of the builds. So we need to work out how we work this here, this bit up this way, and then how we work this transition across. Now you can see that this is already looking like this. The harder use of the dark. We've got a little bit of it over there, and that's why I'm using it on these roofs here, is to kind of transition into this type of material, because he's got a lot of it over this side, and the colors become quite darker. So the idea is that as we kind of move across, I'm thinking that this road starts to become darker in some way. Instead of using the bricks, say we start to use the stones, grey stones. I think maybe up here. And then I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking here. Here we might build like a stone mountain, like a kind of outcrop. We've done it a couple of times. I can't remember what they're called. There's a name for them in real life, but a little bit of a stone structure here, about the same size as this really, and then that'll help transition from a kind of red brown, which is this area, red brown green. We want to go into grey black, white is kind of where we're heading when we go this way. Also, why I started using these blocks here, I did like them on that building there. They're a bit hidden, but we've kind of put these in here, and I might put a few more. I was thinking if they look good as kind of like chalky hill up there. Why did I do that twice? You know, does it look like a chalk deposit within the hill type of thing? It's a bit bright, but if we put a few bit more of it, it might work. So yeah, then we come up here, and then we're going to transition into dark, into grey, into dark grey, into black, and into white. There will have to be something here. So basically something along this diagonal here, up until about this point, so these steps are separate. Again, blocking this, so that what we want is when you come out of here, if you come out of this side, you're going to see something different from every portal, so to speak. So out of this side, what we want to be able to see is this bit here, like there'll be like something there that'll block the bottom half of that building. So it'll be like almost a tunnel to get into that area, yeah? Almost, not really a tunnel, but almost a tunnel. And then you can see, be able to see very clearly how this delineates over to this side. And then here, I'm thinking we could either take a forest idea and stick it over here. Again, we want to maybe potentially block out the views of my starter house over there. Wow, I don't like that roof. I don't like that roof at all. I don't like that roof either. It's not tall enough. God, I'm bad at roofs. I have learnt. That's probably... No, that's too blocky there. That's a good roof. That fits the building. This one is too blocky, and it's a bit too big for the size of the building. Those two are awful. That one sucks. That one's okay. Yeah, we could put forest here, and that's probably the easiest option. It's very easy to do kind of forest management now, like this style of thing, quick building, you know, lovely little grottos I call them. It's very easy because of the bone mealing, the moss blocks now. It's great. But yeah, that's kind of good, because then when we want to come out of this area, that's when we want to get a view of this. So coming out this side, so anything is going to block. So we come out here and it's kind of blocked. I know we're very close, but it's kind of blocked. We come out here and it's a lot more clearer. And as we come down, you're kind of heading down, and all of that, you'll not be able to see any of this stuff over here anymore. And then you've just got this view of this. And in the distance, you've got these kind of giant kind of buildings. So it's very different, so to speak. That also brings me to what we should have to do. Is potentially build a bigger boat here in order to block off a little bit of this, because then as we come down, we want that view to change. We want the focal point to be the starter house. And then as we get lower down and this stuff starts to come into view, we want something to start obstructing that, i.e. a bigger boat. And it doesn't have to be that much bigger, maybe 8 blocks about that high would start to block off those houses as we come down. And then as this stuff comes into view, that brings that into focus, as this is what we're looking at. Not even to speak of what we're going to do with this, because what we've got to be careful of is we don't want to block the view from, remember we saw it earlier, the view from this edge here straight to that beach style house there was very, very nice. So we want to be able to keep that view as well. So we've got to be careful how we do this. I know it sounds weird, but this is the majority of what I spend my time thinking about when playing Minecraft, is how we structure as we walk through the world. I'm not an excellent builder or anything like that, or ultra creative or in any way that. Pretty good at grinding, but that's about it. But as you can see, now often these areas look similar. You know, this is still, we've got this brown wood, but as you transition over to this way, you're getting a lot more green. Yeah, so you can see the green is really coming through now, and this is the whole idea of this wall, is to greenify it so we know we're transitioning away from brownish. And yeah, I know we've got more brown coming, but it's a different kind of style. The hardest transition we have really is probably the one that's going to be impossible. Simply because it's too close. But the hardest transition is here. Yeah, because we effectively come out of fishing hut house to boom, white, blinding terracotta. Concrete. So there will be some form of arch here. There has to be something built here, probably some sort of trees to block off this and most of that. And then, that view is a good one. You see what I mean when we come down there? Yeah. See, I think definitely forest there. And maybe more of this stuff. Maybe greenify that whole bottom of the sandy hill. It's interesting, I don't know. This is a good view. This is not a good view. This is a really bad view, actually. When I originally built this, I built this view for there, because I thought we'd be having houses there, but now we've blocked it off. So this view is very bad and needs to be worked on. I wonder if this view can actually look out to sea, or if we can get Steve to make this bigger. This is his house, I think. This view, boring. But this view is going to then come back over to there, so that's going to be those buildings. Over there, you're going to be able to see the farm. And this is probably the only views you can see the farming structure from, because you can't see it from here, and then when you come down here, you're pretty much completely blocked. I mean, you get a bit here, but all of this will be built up a little bit. So you're not seeing anything. So the farm, effectively, is almost the most hidden thing in the game, but in my world. Because as you come through here, I want this to open up. So now we kind of get smaller corners, and then over this side, we're getting kind of vista. So we're getting bigger kind of things, and I think effectively that hill has to come up a little bit as well, doesn't it? And that needs to be curved, because that just looks straight and boring. But this needs to probably come up a couple of blocks. And then, because as we look over here, everything is almost completely hidden. And I wonder how that looks if we come down this way. I'm just babbling now, but this is what I think about a lot of the time. This is why I never get anything done in Minecraft. See, now this is interesting, because as we come down here, we're going to have these giant buildings. Now the idea, as I said earlier, was to cover this with forest. I wonder if we need something bigger to kind of, because that's going to be an odd view. That's okay. I quite like that, because it looks, but that's going to be an odd view to see that, and the road is going to be odd. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm waffling. I built some stuff. We did some things. Built a roof. It's starting to look better. I'm still. The annoying thing is I've got big plans for all of the stuff over there, the kind of main basey area, and then I keep on coming back to this bit and go, oh, that's not really working, or that doesn't really fit there, so I should move this thing, and this is not the right place to put a tree. Actually, this tree is awesome. I love that. And these are just naturally grown. I did break this tree quite a lot to put that in there, so I need to find some more leaves and bring this down again, so it looks like it's grown around the building, because now it just looks like it's cut, and that's not right. Well, we got a second beacon though, because remember I got all those wither skulls. Was that in this episode, or was that off camera? I think it was off camera. I was really lucky with wither skulls. I've got a second beacon. There is an idea is that I want beacons completely ring fencing this entire island. That could be fun, but yeah, we'll have a look. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.